Women are just so delusional. They think that the expectation, the standards that they have that they raised when they were hit their 30s qualifies. They think that all of a sudden they just are more valuable because they're older, right? And it's not because their expectations are just so ridiculous. No, it's just how they apply their expectations onto us as men.
All right, we're back with yet another lovely young lady who's telling us the five
I always hate when he says lovely young ladies. Can we just call them demons?
things she looks for in a man with her, as she herself declares, realistic expectations. And in the process, proves exactly why not only hasn't she found a man, but likely never will. Let's roll.
5 things I look for in a man as a girl with realistic expectations. Number 1, if you finish, I finish. I don't care how you make it happen, but it has to happen. It doesn't have to be with toys or with your thing, but if you finish, I finish.
Okay, fair enough. I don't
That
really
one's
think
okay, I
that's
guess.
all that unfair of an expectation. But let's also remember, it's not just on him to help you finish.
Yeah.
No, darling, it's every
Trust us, men put in the work. 100% men are putting in the work. Women just gets to lay and enjoy majority of the time. Most women are pillow princesses.
bit as much on you, perhaps even more so. Because if you aren't willing to let it happen, or if you've decided to worry more about making sure you put butter on the grocery list or that the towels got folded properly, well, then it's not going to happen no matter how hard he tries, no matter how much effort he puts in. Yeah, I know, ladies. If only he were doing more, then you wouldn't worry about those things, right? Except you would, because your brains are more hopped up and all over the place than a hamster on 5 Red Bulls, a handful of Adderall, and a hit or two of a certain white substance. And you know it. There is nothing a man can do to change that. Nothing. So unless you're willing to turn it off and let it happen, well, let's just say the fault lies not in the stars, but in yourselves.
Number 2, you should always be putting yourself in between me and danger. For example, if we're walking on the sidewalk, you should
This is dangerous territory right here. Always put yourself in danger.
put yourself between me and the cars or between me and the crackhead.
And why is that, darling? Why is your life more important than his? Why do
Right.
you view him as disposable? Because that's what you're saying, isn't it? That you and only you matter, and he should be sacrificing himself for you always.
That's the translation, right? Oh, I need to be protected. No, you're more valuable than me. That's why I should just throw my body into the fire for you.
What happened to equality? What happened to you're a strong, independent boss bitch who can take care of herself?
Don't need
Funny
no
how
man.
quickly that all disappears when someone's life is threatened, when someone's life is in danger. Yeah, no, that woman in children first mindset needs to go the way of the dinosaurs, needs to go extinct.
The children I can understand. Yeah, I will probably definitely protect children before I protect women, though. So
'Cause I hate to break it to you, darling, and all your girlies out there, but his life is every bit as valuable as yours. He has no obligation, none whatsoever, to protect you anymore.
like for men to want to do these things, it's normal. Men want to kind of protect women and save women and, prevent them from harm. But for women to expect it and to just apply that across the board on all men, no, men aren't just your meat shields. It's not like South Park Operation Meat Shield here.
Why? Because you told us repeatedly for years now that he doesn't. You know, the whole I don't need no man mantra that y'all live by.
Mm-hmm.
Well, until your life is actually in danger,
Yeah.
at which point the patriarchy y'all claim to want to do away with suddenly becomes the most important thing in the world.
Number 3, you should have your own hobbies and friends that have nothing to do with me.
Well, on that,
True.
we completely agree. But see, there's a problem with that, isn't there? Because when he does have those hobbies and friends and starts paying attention to them, y'all get upset. Y'all start losing
Every
your minds and
time.
having meltdowns. Why do you spend so much time golfing? Why are you always fishing with your buddies?
Why are you always working?
Why don't you take me with you? Why? The whining and crying every time becomes absolutely exhausting. So he then tries to make it up to you by stopping, by giving you what you want. And then you get mad and say things like, well, you need to have your own hobbies and friends. Yeah, okay. It's a no-win situation for men, and one you ladies use as a weapon to club us over the head with and make us feel guilty about it every single time.
Yeah, it's okay when they go out with the girls, but it's definitely not okay when we go out with the boys.
And you know it.
Number 4, I need a man who knows that we're not going to be equal in the relationship. Like, everything doesn't have to be equal. It should be equitable. Like, you do what you're best at and I'll do what I'm best at. Example, I'll read the instruction manual and you use those muscles to get the job done, okay?
Wow.
I don't need you to read the that's one person should be reading the instruction manual and building. It's weird to have one person reading instructions to you as you're building. Like, I'm not used to that. I need to look at and see everything myself, not someone commanding me to do things. Like, the role she chose is just like, yeah, just do this and just do that. Like, you're not some contractor operator here.
I have to say, how refreshing. I've actually got nothing else to say on this one because she's 100% right.
I don't know about that one, Dan. I'm gonna go against this one because, again, I'd rather read my own instructions and build at the same time. Unless we're using this as an analogy for something else.
Men and women are different. We both have our own strengths and our own weaknesses. And we do, in fact, work best as a species when we work together.
Oh, okay.
So kudos to her on this one. Well done.
Number 5, you should shower regularly. Doesn't have to be every day, let's be honest. But if I tell you that you stink, you should get up immediately and go shower or go fix it. You should want to smell good around me.
There it is. We men are too dumb, too caveman-like to know that we have to shower. I mean, come on already. How condescending, how myopic can you be? And it begs the question, darling, what about you? Are you going to shower regularly too? Because I hate to tell you this, but sometimes the smell of fish hanging in the air for hours at a time isn't exactly the most pleasant of things.
I've dated a woman that didn't shower every day. She showered like every other day, almost every like 2-3 days or so. Didn't smell bad, but I also thought it was a little weird. But she worked a very office job. She never really, it was a little awkward, but I made it work.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I really don't have any issue with this woman's expectations.
Not
In fact,
really.
I think they're fairly reasonable, all things considered. But the fact is, as I've mentioned with a few of them, it's not the expectations that are the problem, but how they're applied. And while I want to believe the best for this young woman, somehow I have a feeling she falls into the same trap that most women do.
Yep. I mean, just hear how she speaks when she talks about these expectations.
It takes those realistic expectations and turns them into unrealistic ones. I genuinely hope I'm wrong in this case, but as I and hundreds of millions of men know from experience, well, let's just say what you see is not usually what you get when it comes to women and what they say.
Remember, this is why I always think it's funny, like Abba and Preach and a lot of other creators always talk about, oh, look at what she says, it's all reasonable. Of course what they say is reasonable. What they expect and how they operate is not.
And it also begs another question, which is, what about his expectations? Because like her, most women love to spout what theirs are, yet never say a single word about his, other than he isn't allowed to have any. That it's
I was going to say that, Dan. I was like, oh, expectations? We're not allowed that.
controlling, abusive, and misogynistic if he does. So maybe next time, ladies, you make a video like this, how about you take a couple of minutes to explain exactly what he's going to get in return, exactly how you're going to meet his expectations.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, somehow